Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Push Square, and I wanted to make a video today talking about some insane rumours that started this week relating to Sony potentially being in advanced board level discussions to acquire Take-Two. Now, before you go crazy in the comments section, this has actually been debunked, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the rumour, whether it was actually realistic in the first place, and what it means for Sony first party going forwards. But before I get into all that, please do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. With all that said, let's get into it. Okay, so Sony acquiring Take-Two sounded far-fetched from the moment it was rumoured, to be honest. Now, it started life on a stock website, and it mentioned that there had been speculation that Sony was about to buy out the Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, BioShock, NBA 2K publisher. Now, my initial reaction was that it all sounded like nonsense. If you remember, a little while back there were rumours that Microsoft was interested in buying EA, which turned out to be false as well. And I felt a similar way here. Now, could Sony actually afford to buy Take-Two? Probably just about. It could get the funds together and it could make that purchase if it wanted to, but I think one thing you've got to remember when you're talking about buying publishers is there's a lot of dead wood. So Take-Two have their own kind of publishing unit which handles like PR, marketing, all that sort of stuff. Now, Sony doesn't actually need any of that because it's already a major video game publisher, so there would be a lot of redundancies and things to consider of that nature if it were to overtake a publisher. Now, of course, the other thing is that this rumour turned out to be false anyway. It started with a Wedbush securities analyst, and it was a guy called Joel Kalina, I think that's how you pronounce it, and he basically just mentioned that there had been some unconfirmed market speculation relating to this potential purchase. He didn't actually have a source, so it was literally just water cooler stuff, which immediately, you know, suggests that the rumour's basically false. A Bloomberg tech reporter then did follow up with Sony, a guy called Yuji Nakamura, and Sony said that there's no truth at all to the rumours, so that poured ice on everything. But would it be possible for Sony to ever consider buying a publisher like Take-Two? I think like this kind of thing has to be on the table, right, as a hypothetical. I mean, who wouldn't want to own like Grand Theft Auto and franchises like that? But it was never really realistic because all of Take-Two's games release on the PlayStation 4 anyway. The brands would lose value if they went first party. You think of series like NBA 2K, which earns a lot of money through microtransactions. If they were to limit that to a single format, that would lose a lot of value in the brand, and the same thing for stuff like Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online, which also makes a lot of money through recurring purchases of their multiplayer modes across multiple platforms. Now, it's possible that Sony could invest in these franchises and keep them third party, but seeing as they already release on the PlayStation 4 anyway without any sort of stake in them, I'm not sure why it would want to own them. Now, one of the big points of speculation that I saw online was that we seem to be moving towards this future of streaming platforms, stuff like PlayStation Now. It sounds like Google's going to enter the arena very soon. Microsoft is also touting its own cloud-based thing, and that's going to reduce the need for dedicated hardware, right? And the war is going to become more about content, so publishers are going to want as many big brands and as much big content to draw people to their cloud services as they possibly can. And so obviously owning something like Grand Theft Auto and BioShock and all the franchises I mentioned earlier would be a big coup for Sony, but I don't think that we're anywhere near to this cloud-based Netflix-style future anytime soon, really. Now, there's a lot of talk that it's coming and it's going to happen very quickly, and it could do. You know, Netflix kind of blew up overnight. It was more a period of years, but it's now very strongly established. But I just don't think in games it's going to happen that quickly. I think we've got at least one more full-length console generation in the PlayStation 5 before we start talking about streaming everything all around the globe. I just don't think that's going to happen. So I don't think there's any urgency there yet. I thought this rumour sounded ridiculous when I first read it, and obviously that's turned out to be the case. But I'm interested to hear what you think about potential PlayStation first-party acquisitions. Obviously, Microsoft has been very busy with its checkbook of late, but it was always playing catch-up this generation. It's never had the kind of first-party output that can come anywhere close to competing with Sony and Nintendo. And Sony's first-party worldwide studios have been knocking it out of the park for years now, even dating back to the tail end of the PlayStation 3. So does Sony really need to get aggressive in terms of buying developers, buying studios, buying brands, or should it stick to its course and just keep doing what it's been doing year in, year out since the launch of the PS4? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on the Take-Two rumour. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching.